So good. B-Town's finest, handsome Lagosian. Name ring bells on both sides of the ocean. Falsetto finesse, swoon baby girl I wear out of a stretcher. She be like...
Now from the banks of Lake Erie, EA Sports welcomes you to Huntington Bank Field here in downtown Cleveland. Today it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here, as it'll be the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Cleveland Browns.
Matthew Wright set to kick off.
Fall is in the air, and the NFL season is in full swing, and we're underway here in Week 4. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. He'll get this to about the 38. You look at this Browns defense. And they're a tough unit to throw against, currently 4th toughest in the NFL.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Excellent defensive effort to get to him and provide a little contact before the catch could be made cleanly.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. The Steelers send out their punter now. He'll kick it away after a 3 and out on the opening drive of the game. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. Throwing to start the drive. Fowler. That's caught left side by Judy. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch. Now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Back to throw. Fowler. That's going to be caught. It's Jacoby Myers. And he is going to have the Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's good for a Browns first down. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
On the ground, this is Quinshawn Judkins. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. Operating from the gun. Fowler. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Jerry Jeudy, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Browns will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And that one not returnable, not by a long stretch, over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 35-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. And a completion to Wilson. Room to maneuver at the 35. Now he's loose down the left sideline. And did he get in? No. Down at the 1-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 66 yards.
And what a letdown after a huge play. He's going to pull this in and then set sail for the end zone. And he nearly made it, too. But he's going to be tracked down just short of the goal line. So a big play there that's going to set him up with 1st and goal.
And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. The sneak successful from a yard out. And the Steelers are within an extra point of tying up this ball game.
And this is something right out of the Philadelphia playbook. They were successful running this with Jalen Hurts. But this is a copycat league, so if it works for them, everyone thinks it'll probably work for us. And here, it does.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line of the end zone. So this ball will come out to the 30 now. The Browns drive about to get started. And Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point because they're still trying to work things out. They don't know everything about their own team, let alone trying to figure out their opponent. But you've got to do both on the fly, don't you? While the game's being played, figure it out both ways and try and find a way to win.
That's to his running back, Quinshon Judkins. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's 2nd down now. Again, he'll drop to throw. Open man is Myers. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. This defense for the Steelers, they were very good in a victory a week ago over Cincinnati.
And the way they did it was by getting after the quarterback. Sacked him 7 times in that game. Came from all angles, created a lot of illusions, and especially just beat them man for man. That's the kind of defense that really frustrates an opponent.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling.
The Browns at 1-2 through the first 3 weeks of the season. And they got off to a good start, but then 2 straight losses since.
And now you start to wonder about what this does for a team's morale, how it affects their psyche, because, let's face it, you work all summer pointing toward that opening game, you get the win, but then you don't carry it on from there. How will they bounce back from these losses and try and get right?
And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone.
That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
First down, right back to Judkins.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Crenshaw Judkins, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year.
And the Browns have taken the lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7.
14. Steelers 7.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other. What an intelligent play as he found open grass and uncovered quickly. A nice clutch play to move the chains. The defense, they've got to do a much better job of accounting for these shorter routes.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Now he'll tuck this and run. And a big loss here as he's taken down. In for the sack, Myles Garrett.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
This one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. Operating from the gun, Howard. And this one is incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Howard. This one into the hands of Metcalf. They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a 4th and long.
A gain of 12 yards brings up 4th down.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Steeler football here to begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 4th down coming up. The Steelers send out their punter now. As he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Oh, it's a wobbler here. And this one will wind up being down just outside of that 20-yard line.
22-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go.
So for this offense, Charles, remember, drive 1 made it to the end zone. Drive 2 resulted in a touchdown as well. Now they'll try to make it 3 for 3.
Yeah, and they told us all week that this was the plan and this is what they wanted to execute. But did they really believe it would happen this well, this efficiently? I know they'll take it. And afterwards, they'll say, there was never a doubt in our minds we were going to be successful in this one.
2nd and 9 now. This one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Back to throw. Fowler. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he's not going to sniff the 1st down here. He stopped at the 25.
2 yards gain.
The Browns send out their punter now. As he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. On the return, Hardy.
Pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards.
And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
To throw is Howard from the gun on 3rd down. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack. The Steelers send out their punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. The tackler, and now some space. They score that a 36-yard punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Browns drive about to get started.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And that will be incomplete. Try to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
And that is incomplete. Oh, he did everything but hold on to it. But a nice play defensively, and now it brings up 4th down.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Here's Hardy set to return. Now a hit and a loose football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
And I'm not sure if he got a little sloppy with his mechanics or just put too much juice on the snap. But either way, this one ends up out of the punter's reach. And now it's up to their defense to bail them out.
On 1st down, here's Jenkins.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
A loss of 2 brings up 2nd and 12 at the Steelers' 47-yard line.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun.
Open man downfield is Judy. He's got it. The 1st-round pick looking comfortable in this offense. 1st down.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play in the football.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there at 2nd down.
Once you get into the red zone, space is at a premium for receivers to try and operate and shake themselves free. That one's incomplete.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
19, Tiger, 19, Cougar, 19.
Not liking the look. They'll change the play. Jenkins going to run it out of the gun.
And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
60 Eagle, 60 Eagle. 60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat.
From the gun on 3rd down. Fowler.
Well, the Browns are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
I don't care how many times we say it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
So we stop for no gain, and it'll bring up a 2nd and goal. A bit of a catch for him to remember. That's number 400 for his NFL career. Not a bad number at all. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter, 14-7. This will be play number 8 on the drive. It's 3rd and goal.
Let's go now.
Give up the middle, Jenkins.
And he is going to lose yardage here. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. This situation in the 4th quarter, you go for it. But here, take the points.
If you go for it here and don't get it, you and I are missing our plane, and we're going to the post-game press conference to hear him justify it. Because the next thing we'll see is the owner walking in announcing a firing. There is no way he goes for it here. Get the field goal. It's the first half of the game. You've got time to make it up.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. So now the Browns will turn it over to their field goal unit here. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And his kick here is good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
Matthew Wright set to kick off.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
They'll find Metcalf. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 12 yards that time, and a Pittsburgh first.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Back to throw now on first down.
Got his man, it's Warren.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost.
They'll look to throw again. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try to pick up another first down.
Back to throw again. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
And that's where you're counting on a receiver's size being an advantage. They were hoping he could go up the top of a smaller DB and haul that one in. A good thought, but that time it didn't work out.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. The slot man in motion right. Howard now from the gun on 3rd down.
That's caught right side. It's Warren.
Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. Operating from the gun, Howard. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Steelers try it, but they come up empty on 4th down. And that will force a turnover on downs. The Cleveland offense ready to go.
Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the second quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And the defense obviously expecting run as well as they're going to shut that one down at the line of scrimmage. A 10-point game, 17-7 to score as we get back to it on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started.
Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Here's 3rd and 3.
Looking to throw. Fowler.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10.
He gets this into the hands of Jenkins.
And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 36.
That's good for a Browns first down. First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
They'll run from the gun. It's Jenkins.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
Operating from the gun, Fowler.
This one is complete to Jenkins.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
From the gun on 3rd down, Fowler.
And this pass broken up. The contact well-timed there, and now 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receiver.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live football.
Well, maybe that's the spark that they needed here, Charles. Trailing, but a big block. We'll see if that swings the momentum a bit.
You mentioned the word spark. I'm just wondering, as they went off the field and the offense was coming out, did one of those special teams members say, hey, obviously we haven't given up on this one. We've given you a little bit of a spark. What are you going to do with it?
And incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. He finds his man complete. That's Stevens. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
First down, Steelers.
Here we go, set.
Back to throw. Howard.
Man open downfield, it's Metcalf.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Operating from the gun, Howard.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. And the Browns are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. Last time they had a little bit of a special teams breakdown. That field goal was blocked.
Yeah, and everything has to be precise in the kicking game. Snap, hold, kick. Obviously the blocking to keep people out. So what you really want to do is get in there and get 6 points and take the pressure off of those guys.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Operating from the gun, Fowler. This short pass into the hands of Njoku. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
Let's not quibble about the game there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
70, 18, Pioneer.
From the gun on 3rd down, Fowler.
Looking right side, and it's intercepted.
And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
We're holding on to the lead at this stage in the second half. Those are the types of plays you really want to try and stay away from.
And when you're a rookie, keeping your focus is something that you still have to work on all the time because there's so many distractions around you between the crowd noise and your coaches and your teammates. But the other part, you got to learn how to finish. The 2 F's for a rookie quarterback.
Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
That's the kind of play this offense desperately needed. They've got to be saying, our defense has kept us in the ball game. We're down, but we're certainly not out. And maybe that was the spark that they've been searching for.
Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on 1st down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're either throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up. Look at this. Middle of the field, a breakaway. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for Browns TD. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that. And that's what they've done all game long.
Extra point splits the uprights. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
Steelers 7. Matthew Wright set to kick off.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles, if they're going to try to pull up.
Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
Intercepted. The Browns take over 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
19, Tiger, 19, Tiger. Here we go, here we go. Trigger 19.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And incomplete on the deep ball.
That incompletion certainly slows things down a little bit and brings up a very important call for 2nd and long. What do? Run and try and get some yardage and make it 3rd and manageable? Or challenge the coverage again, hoping for a bigger gain?
3rd quarter action. Appreciate you joining us from Cleveland, Ohio. 2nd and 10.
Viking 18. 79 Broncos. Take over.
Looking to throw. Fowler. And that is taken in by Njoku. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Back to throw. Fowler. And this one is going to be off the mark. Too far out in front.
Pretty secure lead, but what's the harm in adding another touchdown, right? At least that's what they were thinking on that snap. But if he wants to add more points, got to bring the throw down just a little bit and keep it in the end zone.
Operating from the gun. Fowler. Throw right side is going to be caught by Judy. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Jerry Jeudy, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Browns are able to widen their advantage. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is now 24. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
A quick target here, complete to Metcalf.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A gain there of 21 yards.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That's a nice play there.
And that one goes incomplete. They tried something out of the bag of tricks, but it's incomplete and now 2nd down.
At this point in the game and the situation they're in, partner, these incompletions that we're seeing, they need to turn into positive snaps, and soon.
Over the middle, complete. It's Stevens. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Here we go. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there, 4th and 3. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as they'll go for it on 4th down. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth.
So this offense able to convert on fourth, and now a fresh set of downs here, 1st and 10.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage.
There for the stop defensively, Nick Benito.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Second and 9.
Looking to throw. Howard.
He's got his tight end Fryermuth over the middle. And it's going to be a nice pickup, but he also takes a pretty good lick at the end of that one.
And there wasn't much room for the big tight end to do much after the catch. But at least he was able to pick up a solid gain to help his offense continue to move in the right direction.
And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers.
Jalen Warren
taking it in from 7 yards away.
And the Steelers are able to cut into that deficit.
And we know they won't get their names in the stat sheet, but the offensive line has to get all the credit for that touchdown run. Tremendous job of blocking, paving the way for the 6 points.
And now the Steeler offense staying out there, and they'll go for 2.
The Steelers will line up for the 2-point conversion.
And he'll find his way in for 2, and we're back to a 2-score game. The lead's cut to 16.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And this one over the back line of the end zone. Well, they definitely don't want to give him a shot at returning it. That's obvious. So the ball will come out to the 30.
The Browns drive about to get started. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
From the 43, here's 2nd down and 2.
Here we go, set. 19, Tiger, 19, Tiger.
Back to throw. Fowler. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. It's picked by the linebacker, T.J. Watt. They brought the house that time on the young rookie, maybe a little rattled through the pick.
And you have to be prepared for a lot of pressure as a rookie quarterback because most defensive coordinators are going to test you that way. So when you see that, the ball's got to get out of your hands quickly, and that means your receivers have to understand they have to break off their routes quickly as well.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Nice chunk of yards on first down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on second. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
From the 37, they work on 2nd and 6.
Looking to throw. Howard. And this throw incomplete. The defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
Howard from the gun on third down. He finds his man complete. That's Stevens. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. What a throw right there for the first down. He has taken some real punishment in this game, but still standing in the pocket completing that one.
He's a flat-out warrior. There's no question about that. How about him stepping up into the teeth of the rush and delivering there for that big strike and that big pickup.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. So the ball down to the 16 here for first and 10. And now they'll shift things around.
14. First down, Steelers.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Second and 10. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Nick Bonito picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coach, I always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. And they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I'll tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to be a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Steelers try it, but they come up empty on fourth down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. The Cleveland offense ready to go. A real chance for them to salt this game away after that turnover on downs, holding a 2-score lead in the fourth quarter. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
And for the defense, this is a spot where you don't want to totally sell out to stop the run, but you do have a pretty good idea of what you're going to see. And that's good work right there to keep them in check on that first down carry.
That's to the right side and complete to Njoku. And he'll get positive yardage there as he'll be touchdown. A few moving pieces on that play because that was an RPO, was it not?
It was, but one important piece that didn't move incorrectly, the offensive line. Because when you're running this play, as he continued down the line of scrimmage, sometimes the lineman can wander downfield. If you're more than a yard downfield, it's illegal to throw the football at that point. But they held their ground, held their spot, and turned it into a nice gain.
The Browns send out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. It'll be called just a 22-yard punt. Certainly not what he wanted. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Here's 1st and 10.
Wilson. He finds his man, complete. It's Ward. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Here's Wilson to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Wilson. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
Gain of 15. First down, Pittsburgh.
All 3 timeouts remain, but they've got to score quick. It's 1st and 10.
Throwing is Wilson. He finds his man, complete. That's Stevens. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
First down. A gain of 11 on the play. And the Steelers first down.
Here's Wilson.
Now he's going to step up and run.
And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing the throw. Now they got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down. And don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
Now Wilson. Over the middle, that's caught by Metcalf.
And the Steelers are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
Steelers first down. First and goal.
Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
Well, they knew a lot of steps had to happen here. They got step 1, the touchdown. You need a 2-point conversion here, don't you?
You do, and as you continue to look ahead, if you're able to get that, somehow get the ball back and get another score, they have to go for 2 again. That's why teams are practicing multiple 2-point plays.
We saw that in Super Bowl 51 with the Patriots getting a pair of big 2-point conversions. So a big play now as the Steelers will go for 2.
The Steelers will line up for the 2-point conversion.
Gotta go, in and out, let's go.
Completed the 1. And they will get back to it at 1 score as he is into the end zone, and the lead's cut to 8 here in the 4th.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all 3 timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining.
At the 39-yard line.
From the 39-yard line, here comes 2nd down at 6. An inside run with Jenkins. And he will have the Browns first down. It has been a struggle, but it's looking like that'll be the one to seal a victory.
That's good.
Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
Go! Hawk 70, Hawk 70. 60 equals, 60 equals.
Now it looks like he'll throw here.
Checks it down to Jenkins.
And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game.
First down. First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Okay, ready? Mikey.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down. Still on his feet.
And he's across for the touchdown. In the final minute, that should just about seal it. Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. And all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of credit being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And they really came together with a good week of practice.
And that one not returnable. It's over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 30-yard line. This is first and 10.
Now Wilson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Picked off by Martin Emerson. And the Browns are going to take over at their own 13-yard line.
The Browns take over first and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
Here we go, here we go. 60 Bison, 60 Bison.
The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one.